Well, we're back in the shop. We found this power washer on the side of the road a few weeks back. There's a video online here of us getting it running. It didn't take much. Biggest problem with it was it was clogged. The handle was clogged. Part of the O-ring or something had clogged the handle, and a few other little issues with it. But we had it running in no time. But it never ran quite perfect. And the last time I went to use it, it was really hard to start. And it had that, where the engine would surge up and down, the RPMs wouldn't stay constant, which is indicative of a dirty carburetor. So I figured tonight we'll just pull the carb off, give it a quick clean, and put it all back together, and we'll be on our way in no time. Wasn't planning on doing a video. That is until I got the carburetor apart, and it's dirtier than most I've seen. So I'll bring you along and I'll show you what we found. I sure hope with this cheap camera it's going to be easy enough to see, but inside the float bowl here was just a mess. I haven't taken apart a carb that was this dirty in quite a while. And then the carburetor itself here, you can see the float has just got tons of crap on it. But look at right here. It's just a mess. So we're going to take this apart, get it cleaned up. We'll blow some carb cleaner through it and some compressed air, get it back together and see how it runs. But that's what happens when you leave the fuel with ethanol untreated sitting in your carburetor for long periods of time. I'm surprised this ran as good as it did with such a dirty carburetor. Alright, let's get this apart. Pull this little pin out here to get the float off. That's all that holds that on. And the needle valve comes right out with it. That's all there is to that. And oh yeah, look how chunky it is in there. Boy, hope this camera focuses in here. But yeah, that's pretty dirty. So let's get a little bit of the carb cleaner in the bottom of the float bowl. We'll let that soak for a minute. And we'll blast out this as well. Comes right off, but boy, that is dirty. Like I said, I haven't seen one this dirty in a few years. So we're going to squirt carb cleaner down through all the orifices, and then we'll follow that with some compressed air and just reassemble. Probably take that over to the parts washer and just clean it up a little better yet, as well as the plastic float as well. We'll do that in the parts washer. Not quite as harsh as of chemicals as this is. We got the float bowl as clean as we can get it. There's no dirt left in the bottom, but it's pretty stained, a little corroded looking, but it is clean. We'll dry everything up here, blow it off with some compressed air. If you blow air through here, what you're liable to do is blow the seat right out. So you got to be a little more careful with that. Just don't blow the compressed air that way. That's where the fuel line comes in, and that's where it comes into the bottom of the float bowl, and the needle valve shuts that off. But that seat will blow out. If you put compressed air, hit that, that will come shooting out. That should be good. We'll get it back together and see how it runs. So assembly is pretty straightforward. Slide the needle valve into the bottom of the float and slide it over top. Slide the pin back in. And the only thing that holds the pin in is actually the bottom of the float bowl. That's what holds the pin in. Just can't walk out because it'll hit the float bowl. So like that, it lets fuel in, fuel fills up and shuts it off. Basically the same as your toilet in the bathroom. Works on the same principle. And there's just one bolt that holds the float bowl on. Doesn't have to be super tight, just nice and snug. Okay, that's it. We'll get it back on and see how it runs. We got it all put back together. Now let's see how it starts. Turn the throttle on, choke on. Well, I think we got it. That sounds a little better. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I got a couple more videos that are similar to this that you might like. Thanks for watching.